differences between the international community and Israel are perhaps now more poignant than ever. Israel's supporters are expressing their anger over perceived UN bias against their country. The protest was organized after the UN Human Rights Council issued a report which says Israeli soldiers may have committed crimes against humanity by shooting protesters in the Gaza Strip.
We're saying that they have intentionally shot children, they've intentionally shot people with disabilities, they've intentionally shot journalists.
But Israel's biggest patron is once again standing by its side.
Applying one standard to the state of Israel and not applying the same standard to others is anti-Semitic.
International criticism appears to have little effect on Israel's right-wing government, which is forging ahead with its agenda. The ruling Likud party appears to be more intent on lobbying the United States to achieve its aims. And after the Trump administration moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem, withdrew from the UN Human Rights Council, and cut $10 million in Palestinian aid, the next objective appears to be getting the U.S. to recognize the Golan Heights as a part of Israel.
The Golan is not in dispute. The Golan is in the hands of Israel and will always remain in the hands of Israel.
I agree.
So, we will be talking to President Trump when I get back about the necessity of recognizing the Golan as part of Israel.
Israel captured the Golan Heights from Syria after its victory in the Six-Day War in 1967. Israel annexed the territory in 1981, a move that was never recognized by the international community, including the U.S. For decades, it was widely believed Israel was holding on to the area as a bargaining chip for negotiations with Syria. Something which nearly came to fruition in 1999, when then Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak seemed willing to return most of the Golan Heights to Syria. But negotiations failed because Israel was ultimately unwilling to withdraw to the 1949 Armistice Agreement lines, which would have restored Syrian access to the Sea of Galilee. It provides up to 80% of Israel's drinking water. But now it appears Israel isn't willing to cede any of the formerly Syrian land it controls. And the U.S. appears to be, for now, backing it up, at least semantically. In every past U.S. administration, the Golan Heights was referred to as Israeli-occupied. Now the Trump administration has decided to refer to it as Israeli-controlled. It's also applied that term to the Palestinian territory of the West Bank. The U.S. State Department says the change in language is just that and doesn't indicate a shift in policy.
My understanding from the policy bureaus on this is that there's no change in our outlook or our policy vis-a-vis the territories and the need for a negotiated settlement.
A spokesperson for Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas issued a statement saying the move is a continuation of the hostile approach of the American administration toward our Palestinian people, and that it's contrary to all UN resolutions. If the Trump administration does decide to recognize the Golan Heights as part of Israel, what message does that send to other countries that want to cross armistice lines the U.S. can't ignore? Randolph Nogel, The Newsmakers.